What's up? This your boy B to the Bhillz. All right, this is Bhillz live from the basement, presented by Worldwide Collaboration and Quality Music Management. We got special guests today, Band Aid. All right, so for the people that are just getting familiar with you, tell the people a little bit about who you are, what you do, and stuff, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I'm the Capo Band-Aid. Uh, South Carolina is the state I'm in. That's what I'm repping. Um, I was born in Queens. Got I'm an artist. I have different businesses that I'm doing right now, different ventures. Right now I'm also uh dealing with the clothing. Got a clothing line called Fish Scale. My collection just dropped. You can see all of that on the Fish Scale clothing and attire page on Facebook and Instagram. Um, also, I got a lot of back music under the name DHA Capo on YouTube. I got a podcast right now on YouTube called No Stones Unturned. You heard it here first, 34. So yeah, I've been, trying to work this internet, man. That's all.
So what age were you whenever you first started to feel like you wanted to start working towards a career in the music industry?
I was like, let me see. I want to say like 11 when I first thought about making music, and that's when I moved to Queens. I came up under a musical background, older brothers, and plus, coming up in the projects in New York, that's all people do. All niggas do is freestyle. So that's all you around. Ciphers on the corner. You know how that go.
Yeah. So what were some early inspirations, like what were some early inspirations, like different artists that you were inspired by that made you want to start, what I mean, following, in music?
Um, like early, my early interest in music was so probably in the Slick Rick era, and then I wrote it from that era, so I kind of wrote it through the conversion to the Jeezy and the Gucci Man era, T.I. era, because they changed it to the trap era, so you
Yeah.
know.
So so my bad. I'm trying to share this shit out. But so whenever w- what age did you say that you were whenever you first started to make music?
Um, the first time I ever went in the studio, my partner, his pops was a DJ in New York, and I think we was like 12. That was right before I came to South Carolina because I came down here like when I was 14. So,
So what was the
in between time I've been back and forth, but I've been grounded in South Carolina. That's where my family at. Besides, I got family all over the world. Cali, Jersey, New York, but my mom's the side that I'm grounded with is in the South.
so whenever you're talking about like East Coast music and stuff, especially being from like Queens and stuff, like especially like a bunch of lyrical artists and stuff that from out that way, and then going into the Southern culture and stuff like that. Like what how do you feel like that's like molded you as an artist, like what do you feel like? You feel like you're more of a East Coast artist, or do you kind of go fall on the Southern roots?
Like that's a good question because my style. You gotta just listen to my music, man. Because I'm just me. I come from up north, but I've been here half my life. So
Yeah.
of course, it's influenced me being around, people from the south. I
Yeah.
mean, I've came up in the clubs in the South. Um, all over the South, coming from Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina, North Carolina. So I've learned those genres of music also, like the bass music, the
Mhm.
dance music, all the things that's popping now. It wasn't given a chance back then.
Yeah. So seeing seeing how music is transformed and stuff, how do you feel about the current state of music as it is right now, like as a whole?
Um, right now the game is just transitioning. I think. I mean, it's always a moment when the door is wide open and it's open for something new. And I mean, obviously, we see that like different like drill music, different styles of music creeps in there. So I mean, I just really I'm just really optimistic about it. You know what I mean? Like I have no opinion. I'm just vibing and seeing where it goes, you know?
Yeah. So so where like what songs would be like the go-to songs right now that you would recommend like a first time listener, somebody that's like listening? Because like I said, like the reason why I be reopening the new streams every time and stuff, because like I'll kind of get a stream going and then I'll have to stop it and reopen another one, and in a way I don't like doing it because I'll be like feeling like I'm losing viewers. But I like to reopen the stream on the interview because like I stream this on YouTube too, so that way whenever you could go to Bhillz live from the basement interview, you know, Band-Aid, you know what I mean, and it's gonna have this as your content, you know what I mean, and an interview and stuff like this. So like for the people that are like, you know what I mean, and I feel like as artists, a lot of stuff that we do is in the future. So like we had talked previous about that, where it's like, what I mean, a lot of people they be catching on to stuff after the fact, you know what I mean? Like so, you know, what would be some go-to songs that you would recommend, for future fans, future listeners, people that are watching this, you know what I'm saying, to go and check out to kind of just get the aspect of like what kind of artist you are.
Um, so I think you would have to go back a little bit because it's like majority of my catalog is like a story. It's like how I wrote it. You know what I mean? Mentally is put together. If you listen to it back to back, if you go back to DHA Capo and you go stream that 40 Acres, that's the first album I put on the internet. You got a song on there, a title track, same title as the album. I think you listened to it last time on the live or whenever we was on the phone last. But it's just all of it, man. But I
If
mean
you
it get better,
Yeah,
it get better as I go. So right
what
now the
would
newest music, I would
what would
definitely
be
want you
a
to
but what would be like a song title though, like something that they could go and look up, like Band-Aid, so and so. Like what song would you recommend for them to search?
I'll definitely go look up that inheritance. Look up that inheritance and that eradication.
That's
I
what's
got
up.
official red on there from Atlanta. She's a female artist popping now. Um and I got Blaine Davis, he's an artist under the money train.
So
So
so so I'm always like interested as being an artist. It's like I'm always interested in like where like the creative process like comes from, like where that like boils, where is it marinate and shit. Like so like do you feel like you make your best music whenever you're just kind of like, you know what I mean, like let's say all bills paid, you got you whatever you like, got you someone twisted up, like you just in good vibes, and you create your best music in that mind state, or do you feel like you create your best music whenever you're kind of using it as a way to kind of escape or as a therapy? Like basically, like do you feel like you create your best music under stress or in a happy mind state?
Mm. Um, it's crazy because I really think that I don't think about music until I'm under pressure or I'm under stress. When I'm
Which
in a happy
shout
mind
out to the
state,
song Pressure too.
yeah, that pressure is dope. I
We
appreciate
got
you
throw I
for
got thrown that little promo because that song's dope. Yeah, I wish I could play it. If you send me an MP3, I could play it, but I don't want to, But go
it.
ahead.
Yeah,
My bad for cutting you off. Go ahead.
but I mean, I get that to you. But yeah, I was just saying, like, I mean, when we at our best, we thinking about what we can do better, and music really ain't on our mind at that time. Once
Yeah.
everything is good, it's on to the next. You know,
Uh huh.
I mean, that's like riding a bicycle. You already got it. So I mean, of course you're gonna stop and jot down a few bars, or think about a moment that you had while you happy and put it into a song. But you ain't gonna stop and make that song until you making money off of it, or you really got it's
Yeah. Do you feel like so? Do you feel like whenever you're working on a project and stuff, do you like to make it as like looking at it as an artist standpoint, like you're just trying to just go with whatever you're feeling, or do you try to kind of look at it as a marketing scam or marketing standpoint where you're trying to kind of, you know what I mean? Because that's the thing. A lot of people is like, as artists, we like speak for people that don't speak for themselves. So we do, you know what I mean? We make this music and stuff. So we gotta keep an open mind that we're not only like making music for us, we're making music for other people, for people to want to hear, for people to like and stuff. So whenever you make music, do you just kind of like just go with it completely, like, you know what I mean, like no fucks, like this is just what I'm gonna put out, or do you keep an open mind as far as like what you think your listeners are gonna like and you try to cater to?
um really I really didn't I really don't think like I really don't be when I make my music, it's like I just make it hoping it's accepted because it's different and I'm
Yeah,
different. You know what I mean? When you hear it, it's different. You
yeah,
put my music up to anything else, my style, it's that's why I call it 3D music, because it's like I played it for a radio station the other day, and the host of the show, he gave me an idea. He was like, think about the mall in Miami when the aliens was there, just from listening to my song Blow. He was
yeah,
like, you it was like, where's it coming from? Just because all of the sounds in it of my voice.
yeah,
But that's literally me really doing the ad libs. It's not no effects or anything.
yeah,
So I've always done that, but technology now has gotten to the point to where it's easier. It's easier for people to get it across. So it's so many people that sound the same out there to where it's watered down. That's why
yeah.
you gotta. It's all about who you know.
Yeah, like I was just talking to somebody about that, like same thing. Like we were talking about how like a lot of people they be getting discouraged because they be trying to compare themselves to other people, but it's like whenever you're just following something that's already out, like because you're just trying to jump on the bandwagon, it's like you already got a path cleared out for you, you know. But whenever you're creating your own sound, you're unique, you're doing yourself, you know what I mean? You're having to cut through that trail and shit, you know what I mean? You're out here trailblazing and shit like that. So it's like it might take a little longer, but at the same time, though, like I feel like being an artist, being original is what defines an artist. You know, like I feel like the term artist gets thrown around a lot, but I feel like an artist should be somebody that's like talented and you know what I mean. I guess the internet went out again. We go see if we can get them back up in here. But while we waiting on him, I'm gonna throw some promo, and I'm gonna play my new single. It's my new single, Bhillz. Love too much to believe in. Is love too much to get even? Is love too much to believe in? I'm just asking, what's the reason? I don't need no fussing. Nah, I don't need no. Hold on.
Soldiers don't go down.
Real good.
It's war. Soldiers, they kill other soldiers.
Alright, hold up. So we just waiting for him to come back up in here. His internet must have died again or something. He's back. Yeah. What's up? The internet.
Yeah, I lost you for a second.
That's the thing about live though. Like live, you know what I mean? Shit don't always be working right. You know what I mean? That's what I like about live. I like being on like live and shit. Like that's what's funny is like I be sitting there like I've done interviews with people and stuff where like we'll be sitting there talking and they're just like chilling, like vibing, like how we're talking, and then as soon as I like press record, they just like freeze up and act all funny. You know what I mean? To be all like, I'll just be sitting there like it's like what? Like come on, man, like you know. So I forgot what we were talking about, but so what like. What do you want people like? What do you want like your legacy to be like? What do you want to be on your grave? Like, what do you want like to stand for whenever you're all gone, everything, you know what I mean? Time's done. Like, what do you want to be your legacy? Like, what do you want people to remember you for? Like, what do you want them to think of you as? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what you stand on.
I mean, I want you really to just pay attention to young NFL, and because that's my legacy. That's my junior, and I mean, he on all platforms. He's streaming over 1 million right now. Like
who's
I
that?
said,
That's your son?
Yeah, that's my son.
So young NFL. So that's your son. He be, that's what's up. You should try to see if he wants to do an interview. I'll interview him. It'd be dope.
I mean, yeah, send him a link. He pick up. He just call me. Get him in here.
Yeah,
that'd be great because I mean, honestly, that's what our legacies are when we have children. So I'm just preparing them, regardless whether the music thing work or not. It's already been in motion. Life.
So let's touch a little bit about the clothing line. You know what I mean? So tell people a little bit about the clothing line, where the concept came from, you know what I mean? The direction that you're trying to go with it and all that stuff, you know what I mean?
Well, it's just basically urban wear, but it's things that I think are comfortable and just my ideas. I mean, I got my son's art, my 7-year-old art. He's on his art is on the first clothing line. So that's what you're gonna see on this spring collection. These windbreakers, these short suits, even on the hoodies right now, and the track suits.
So you be using your son's actual artwork for the graphics on the clothing?
Definitely. That's what.
So how old's the son that you're using his artwork?
I mean, he was 6 at the time when he drew it. He's 9 now. So
that's dope. That's dope. So where can people like go and purchase the clothes at and stuff like that? Like where can they find them at?
I mean, like I said, they online. I got the link at on the No Stones Unturned channel on YouTube. Then I got the Fish Scale Clothing and Attire page on Facebook and Instagram, to where we can handle business directly and personalize some things or whatever, put ideas together. But
So
Yeah.
so what like where like in the next like as far as like whenever it goes to obviously like you got a lot of ideas, you be doing a lot of different things and stuff like in the future, let's say like next 5 years, like what do you feel like you're gonna be putting most of your attention focusing on and stuff like more music, clothing, behind the scenes, like where do you feel like you're gonna fall into, like where would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years?
I'm definitely in 5 years. I definitely see myself as more into the clothing, more in the front scenes of the clothing, behind the scenes of the music. But that's why I'm trying to make this music that I make longevity. That's last because I mean my kids they handling the music thing right now. They're doing a good job. I probably just start promoting them more and focus on the clothing. But yeah, that's that's more like what's going.
So what like if you could work with any like producer, artist, just any individual, like they don't even got to be somebody famous, like what who would you want, like if you could just get anybody on your album, like who would you go for, who would you want to make sure you got a feature for on your album, if you could just pitch from anybody dead or alive?
A feature. Mm, I would probably say you mean in the like mainstream or underground? Like
I
I
mean,
mean,
it could be anybody who ever breathed, who was ever born. You know what I mean? It could be a famous person. It could be somebody that somebody don't ever know. It could be a producer. It could be anybody. You know what I mean? Any like who? It don't even got to be music. It could be a fashion designer that you want to collab with on your clothes. Like just who would you want to collab with, and what would, like, you know what I mean, and why? Like in any field, it could be anything, you know what I mean, just anybody, like who, if you could be able to sit down and have anybody like come to your table and work with you and stuff, like with any avenue, like who would it be?
it probably would be somebody like Shaq.
Shaq.
Probably
That's
would be
that I,
somebody like Shaq.
Definitely business wise, he's definitely like, for real. So why Shaq?
I mean, because basically, I mean, he got a he got a label, but I'm sure a lot of people don't know that he funds artists, and plus he's a good businessman. You see his face everywhere. Everywhere you look, you see Shaq.
Yeah, he'll do any commercial too. He's like Samuel L. Jackson. Like how Samuel L. Jackson in all the movies, Shaq's like on everything. That's kind of how Kevin Hart is too now too. That fool's on
Yeah.
every little commercial, on every. But do you feel like I feel like me personally, like I feel like if not if, but like whenever I make it and I'm famous and shit, like I don't really want to put my face on something that I don't actually like, what I mean, like feel like it represents me, like I feel like a lot that's like the new thing, is like so many people are just so quick to be sponsored, they're so quick to just where it don't really mean nothing to see a celebrity endorsing something, because that they're just getting paid for it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I mean? Like if I endorse something, I'd rather be a collab in it. You know what I mean? Like on some Kanye shit. Like I'm not gonna endorse it. I'm just gonna collab with y'all, and we're gonna make a project together. And you know what I mean? It's gonna be something I represent. You know what I mean? Like
I mean,
so what was it that made you want to start like getting the clothing? Like what was it that like drove you to do that? You know what I'm saying? Because I guess you were making music first, and then you got the idea to start doing clothing.
no. I had the clothing. I was thinking about clothing when I was in like um eighth grade. Like
Oh, really? Damn. So
That
you were in the clothing and shit first, huh? That's
men-
cool. That's cool.
mentally, you know
Because
what I mean?
most people would be the other way around and shit. So what was it that being so early at that, you know what I mean? And a lot of people are of course gonna go to like flashier trades. Like most people would be want to be like athlete or some, like, you know what I'm saying? What was it that made you mentally want to like be in the clothing and shit? Like what was it that pulled you towards, you know what I mean, wanting to think about doing something like that?
I mean, like I said, I seen it. I seen that as possible, and I know my work ethic. I seen that as possible for you to like I said in eighth grade. Carl Kanai, he used to sell clothes that was just like a jean outfit with his name and script on the back pocket, his name across the front of the shirt. You know, that's it. Dark
Yeah.
denim with his name on it, and he got a $10 million fashion deal or something like that. You know what I mean? To where he was able to come off the independence, and he good now off of clothing. So it's different avenues now that we can take to make this money, and it all add up.
So so like how important do you feel like, you know what I mean? Cuz like how important do you feel like clothes like play in you know what I mean, a young man or woman, you know, just a young person's like life, you know what I'm saying, as far as like a young person's life coming up, growing up, you know what I mean? Like, how do you feel like, you know what I mean? Do you feel like clothes, like, you know what I mean, like play an important role? It's kind of like an expression. Do you feel like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you, like, you know what I mean? Like, what was it that made you want to just like, you know what I mean? Because like of course, like, you know, like you said, like people, and you seen that it was possible and shit. Like who was it that you seen that showed you that, you know what I mean, like you could make it and do it this way and stuff? Like what was the footsteps on that?
I mean, like I said, I seen Carl Kanai selling his
Oh
clothes
yeah,
off.
that's right.
You know what I mean? Um, my brother just instilled business in me, man. You know what I mean? So it's like once I converted from the streets to business, and not even really converted from the streets to business, it was a struggle, you know. But once I start mingling with the business people that he was doing business with, when I came home, it was it was awesome.
Yeah, it says ask him if he can show his worldwide collaboration wristband or worldwide collaboration sticker. Nah, but go ahead.
I got you. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna definitely do a take a picture and advertise for you, man. We definitely strongly advertise worldwide.
Yeah, so why we talking about worldwide collaborations? Like, cause this show is presented by Worldwide Collaborations and Quality Music Management. So what? How long like have you been part of Worldwide Collaborations, and what was it like? How did you become a part of Worldwide Collaborations?
I mean, it was a conversation. I had a conversation with Chris. Um, I linked in, and it's just advertising. Once you see a certain thing, and then a certain on the internet, and so once I got with um, Chris, he helped me out with the clothing idea. He showed me some things, and plus some graphics on my logo and a few things. And I got with you once you showed the love playing my pressure
Yeah.
live on your show. And I mean, I respect real. That's all. I mean, and that's what I seen. So on this internet, when you meet people and they not asking for nothing,
Yeah.
but they come in with it to the table. They're not
Yeah.
looking for nothing from you, but for you to, you just showing them what you got. They
Yeah.
helping you. So just like right now, me and you chopping it up. I mean, even though we cool and we off screen or on screen, we still, everything else is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well,
just
that's why I like I got this platform, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I like the fact that we're just showing that artists could come together, we could vibe, we ain't on no, you know what I mean? Like motherfuckers ain't got to go on live and just beef and shit to get any networking, you know what I mean? Like we could sit here and as artists, come together and sit here and talk and network with each other and vibe and promote and shit, you know what I mean? And just like how your people see it and my people see it, and it's like it's all love, you know what I mean? Because I feel like the whole industry is just filled with like beef and hate and shit, you know what I mean? There's gotta be more uniting, more just like people just come together and just vibing and talking. Like it should be a regular, you know what I mean? Instead of seeing
yeah.
these artists just beefing with each other all the time. We should be seeing artists just coming together and just talking about ideas and just what I mean, and shit like that.
Collaborating. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody here
collaborating.
from the
Yeah.
word.
So do you feel like it's more important, like let's say like if you're doing a song or something, you feel like let's say if you're doing a song and you're getting paid, would you rather get your money on the front end, or would you rather get points, get your money on the back end?
Um, I mean, it depends on when you talking about. Like, like you saying you saying like features, things like that.
Yeah, well, I'm saying basically like let's say like if you did a feature or like I mean you worked on a project or something, would you rather get your money up front and just be like, all right, so this is what you contribute to this project, and this is what you're gonna get, or would you rather not get any money up front and then just get points on the project, with which if the project did really good, of course the points are going to be worth more, but you know what I mean? It's not guaranteed though. You know what I mean? So what do you feel like is better to get, just paid and be done with it and be like, all right, I got mine, move on to the next shit, or to try to like, what I mean, look for longevity of like, the hopefulness of it, of what I mean?
All artists send the Capo Band-Aid a open verse, and I'm gonna send it back to you, and we gonna make it do what it do. It is what it is. You handle it on the business end, promote it how you gonna promote it. I'll promote it if you want to push it. Whatever you're gonna do with it, either way it go, if I'm on it, it's gonna be known. So I mean, it's not about money to me.
Yeah.
The money you're gonna need me regardless.
Yeah.
So
So
we could talk money if I gotta come out and do a show. I gotta
yeah.
pay gas or whatever. But
Yeah.
other than that, if I gotta spend money, of course I want money. But nah, send it through. Email me the open verse, and I'm on it.
That's what's up. So whenever like I feel the same way. Like I don't be charging for nothing. Like people know, like I be doing these interviews for free. I be playing people's music for free, and like I don't be doing review shows. You know what I mean? I just play the song because like I don't really look at it as like I'm not trying to critique people's music. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you know, and especially like features and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, what I mean, because a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these artists and stuff, like if you go and like just look up a song, you know what I mean, from an artist and see how many people like have credit on that song, like it'd be crazy. You know what I mean? Like think about how many people and ideas and like, you know what I mean? Just like because I'm real. That's what I've been trying to think about as being an artist and shit. Because I'm real. Like I be getting tunnel vision. I'd be like, man, I just want to make it. I want to do it. You know what I mean? And if somebody has some kind of like you know what I mean, say in it and shit and critique it, then I'd just be like, man, they don't know what they're talking about and shit. So like, do you like yourself as an artist and stuff? Do you just kind of like, you know what I mean, like whenever you get done with the song, are you just kind of like you go do it how you go do it and you go put it out, or are you gonna do it and then get feedback on it, kind of shop it around, let people hear it, and then go back and change it? Or whenever you get done with the song, are you just done with it and then you on to something new?
Um, I just record, like I just record it, and if you there while I'm
Well,
recording it, I'll take your critique. But
so you
if
don't
I
ever
rec-
like, so you don't ever like make a song and then kind of like let people hear it and then go back and change it.
I've done that before.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've definitely done that before. But I mean, like right now, it's more punching, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So it's like you before it was just capping a whole verse or two.
We left. We lost him again. Ah, he's back. Yeah, he back. So whenever you make your music and stuff, do you sit down and write out the verse first, or do you just kind of punch in and just kind of go with it on the beat?
I might jot down a couple bars. I might give it a kickstart, you know. Once I get that, probably like 8 bars, then I'll probably take it from there punching.
Yeah, that's what's up. So so we touched on the clothing line. We touched on music. So what upcoming projects do you got coming out? People look forward to and stuff. Like what's in the what do you got? You know, coming in for 2024.
Oh yeah, I got the album. I got Telepathy dropping. That's what that single Blow going on right now. So that's Band Aid, actually the Capo Band Aid album title Blow. Uh, YouTube, Facebook, it's everywhere.
Hell yeah.
Um, Snapchat, whatever. But yeah, I'm basically working on visuals now, videos, little movie skits. I've been had a movie in my mind uh, called Time Waits for No Man, and it's like everything is really already orchestrated. I'll probably just voiceover. I'm just I just gotta put my mental with a few other people because
That's
I'm
what's
sure
up.
they got ideas also. Because everything is reality, man. I mean, when you really living like that, like really living the life, the craft, because our everyday life is the craft, you
Yeah.
know. So it's like it's not hard to make music.
Yeah. I feel like a gift is like turning like regular life into music. You know what I mean? Like making it where it's like relatable for people because that's what they want to feel like. They want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So so you know, like before we wrap it up, like what else you want to touch on, talk about? You know what I mean? Basically, like Mike shares whatever you want to touch on, or you know what I mean? Basically, like just whatever you want to talk about.
I couldn't hear you. Say that one more time.
I said, yeah. So basically, like before we wrap it up, like what do you want to like touch on or talk about? Like basically, like the floor is yours to basically, you know what I mean? Anything that you want to touch on or anything you want to talk about or shout out anything that you know what I mean. Basically, like the floor is yours to just you know what I mean. Do whatever you want with it. So just whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, just like I said, you go stream go stream Flame Davis. Go stream Young NFL Entertainment. Go stream Dolo TV, Dolo the Voice. Go stream Skits Pull'em. He's on that featured Graveyard Shift that just dropped on that Telepathy.
Hell yeah.
Um, yeah, that King Sosa. Uh, it's a lot of people I want to shout out, but we ain't got time for all of that. But
Just
yeah,
shout out the whole world. You know what I mean? That's what I be doing. I just be like, man, I shout out the whole world, every human being. You know what I mean?
but that's all my camp really that you about to see coming out. Well, they already out on all platforms, on YouTube, everywhere. So make sure you get on that Young NFL because he up next.
For sure. All right. So just to do a little summary. All right. What's the name of the clothing line?
Fish scale.
So
That's
Fish
F
Scale
S
Clothing Line.
C A L E.
All right. And then the name of the upcoming album you got dropping?
It's called Telepathy.
Telepathy. So where'd you get that? Where'd that name come from?
Um, I got it from like a. It's just the whole concept of me being able to already see what you're thinking.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
like that.
I'm
That's
already
just dope.
on. It's like I've been through a lot, the most. So
Yeah.
I can see what you're thinking already. I mean, I already. It don't take but a second to learn a person, see
Yeah.
what they on.
So do you already got the track list for that?
Um,
Or do you know how many tracks you're gonna have on the album?
well, yeah, I want to try to have at least 11. You know what I
That's
mean?
what's up.
11
Yeah,
and a
I feel
few
like 11's
visuals.
like a good number. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's like
11.
a healthy, you know what I mean, amount. Cause I feel like if you got 11 solid tracks, that's a good album. You know, like 11 tracks that you're not gonna skip through a single track. That's a good album. You know, I feel like a lot of people be trying to have like 18 songs on their album, but like, you know what I mean, like 12 of them we just skipping through. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so with today's music and stuff, is there any artist that's out right now that like, let's say like if they put out an album, you're gonna go and you go be like, man, I gotta go listen to that album. Is there any artists out right now that you still feel that way about?
Um, yeah. There's several artists and that I would spend money on their album. I mean, I would definitely support, but who I would be looking forward to is probably like probably an R&B artist like a a Brent a Brent Fire
Hell yeah.
or something.
So so um so whenever all right, so we touched on the clothing line, we touched on oh yeah, so your podcast. What's the name of your podcast?
It's No Stones Unturned.
No stones
You heard it
unturned.
here first. You heard it here first. 34.
And
So
then that's the name of the YouTube channel is No Stones Unturned too, right?
right,
Okay. And then
right.
so what's the schedule on that? Like when you usually be going? You usually going random or you got
I
certain
couldn't hear
dates
you.
and
What you
times?
say?
I said so when do you be going in streaming? Do you just do it random times or do you have like set day and times that you do it or what? On the podcast? Like when do you air?
You breaking up?
I said so when does the podcast like what time and day does it come on? Yo. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I
Yo.
hear you.
All right, so what day and what time do you do the podcast?
Um, Yeah, I that on like right now. I was really, on it wasn't on the schedule.
Yeah,
I
I don't be
just
putting my shit on schedule neither because I can't stick to no schedule.
I
Nah, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I said I'll be doing the same thing. I don't be really doing my shit on a schedule because I can't stick to a schedule. You know what I mean? Like the interviews I can, but whenever I just get on here and play music, I just do it whenever I feel like it too. You know?
yeah, it's just like
So what?
I throw up a couple shorts. My shorts is doing real good. They in the double digit thousands.
That's what's up.
Um,
So do you got a TikTok too?
yeah, I got a TikTok.
So
It's at
what's your
Band Aid the
Band-Aid?
Capo.
Band-Aid DeCapo. And then so what's the premise behind your podcast on YouTube, your YouTube show? What's the basis of it?
We just growing, man. That's it. Just growing. Um, Sort of like a incorporated on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's gonna be all kind of things going on my channel.
that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, man. Well, is there anything else you want to touch on before we wrap it up?
I mean, we need to link up, do something.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, we definitely go. We got a bunch of things we need to work on and shit and get some shit going. You know what I mean? Because I'm definitely down to do a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? And like we were saying, like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like worldwide collaboration is good for that because it's like the networking part of it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, like most, you know what I mean, people that I interview or people that I do music with and stuff like are members of like worldwide collaboration and stuff like that. So I just want to give a shout out to them, you know, for sure. And I want to give a shout out to you. I appreciate you coming on here. And anytime you got something new you want to fucking come on here and talk about, or you just got something on your mind that you want to talk about or whatever, you know what I mean? You're more than welcome to come on here anytime, man.
Definitely.
For sure. All right, man. I appreciate it, man. And I'll talk to you soon. All right, fam.